Seem to be getting the hang of your new symptoms,
right? And of course, the only downside being that, nope, can't think of anything. This is pretty freaking awesome.
Thanks to Sucker Punch, we're once again endowed with powers that would make the X-Men green with envy. And we have to constantly decide whether to use these powers for right or wrong. Both options may have their allure, but this time we decide to let the series' new protagonist Deslin play Mother Teresa with his superpowers. The game's background is that the US government tasked the Department of Unified Protection, DUP, to deal with bioterrorists, people with superpowers who, like the X-Men, are misunderstood by a fearful populace. Deslin has no idea that he belongs to them until the game's start, when he absorbs the abilities of one. Much like X-Men's Rogue, he can use the powers of these other conduits. It certainly comes in handy because the DUP have transformed the US into a fascist society in which the state has far too much influence over people's lives, and monitoring them has reached unprecedented levels. Despite the DUP being created to do away with people who have remarkable abilities, they themselves have people with powers in their ranks. You can sense a conspiracy story brewing, but also realise that if we are to defeat an army of superheroes, we better start boosting our arsenal. That sums up Infamous Second Son. We quickly get more and more abilities, and after only a few hours can transform into a cloud of smoke and, at supersonic speed, move between Seattle skyscrapers, every now and then raining down death on unsuspecting DUP soldiers. Plus, paint graffiti. Deslin never forgets his heritage, and his actions are often tied to that. It gives the story an extra dimension that is aided further by well-executed cutscenes and great voice acting.
I'm a goddamn power sponge, remember? If I got smoke, why can't I get concrete?
Yeah, but what if smoke was just a fluke, huh? I mean, think about it. You'd have to go through, 1,000 DUP guys just to get to her?
Yeah, probably something like that. I'll explain in the truck.
Just like the World War II title Saboteur, it's satisfying to kill off the rabble from each place. And as you move around, you always have a number indicating how much control the DUP have in that area. By destroying their cameras, blowing up radars and demolishing their provisional bases in the streets, you can loosen their grip on each neighbourhood. Unfortunately, this is also one of the bad things with Infamous Second Son. You're expected to do the same procedure a few too many times. There's not enough variation of enemies, while missions are often the same but in different neighbourhoods. Destroy the DUP, kill off the drug dealers who do not like your presence, and find shards that give you new abilities. As your superpowers enhance, battles become more dynamic than in other sandbox games. It's more fun to get around in the city, and you never have want for things to do. Like in Crackdown, it's fun to create your own challenges and check out what weird stuff you can pull off. Also plus points for the faithful recreation of Seattle. The artistic take on the city is still true to reality. The only downside visually is that the city seems fairly empty of life. There are far too few pedestrians, cars and the like, which means we still get pulled out of the illusion of patrolling a living, breathing city every now and then. The story in this third Infamous title is clearly the best in the series, and we find ourselves actually caring about how everything ends. Coupled with the fact that Deslin becomes more powerful with the additional superpowers, we find it difficult to put the controller down and stop playing. Sure, it would have been better with more varied missions, but ultimately Second Son lives up to and surpasses its predecessors.
You do realize when we hit the town, there's a fair chance the town's gonna, head back?